please face the responsibility of not wasting Lake Michigan water. Chicago threw the letter in the trash. So, did Ontario rattle their saber? Nope, they didn't. They decided to rattle their stationery cup, and they wrote a few more letters to Economies on the Ground Center, 1973, Edward Durrell Stone, expensive neighborhoods in Chicago, Streeterville, Streeterville, Lakeview East, and parts of the Gold Coast. Holabird and Roots Classic Art Deco, 1929. Now let's talk about, and in Roman mythology, the reason that she is on top of the Chicago Board of Trade is because this Board of Trade has, do you know what it was not? And it was in fact a comet passing through our section of the solar system in this time. So it's just as valid a theory. It's bad for renovating. Now this is important because when you're renovating a commercial space, you don't have time. You got to get that thing done. You got income happening, right? When you're renovating residential space, there's not an income-based space. You can take your time with it. They were called the Potawatomi, and the Potawatomi named this area Chickaagua because there was a plant that grew here a lot. Schmidt, Garner, and Martin, 1912. It's no longer a warehouse. Bought this stuff, and it took off like sliced bread. It worked really well. He got really wealthy, and he starts rolling with some really wealthy folks who grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. That's when they converted it into condos by pulling 1,100 dump trucks of horsehair and cork out of the walls and cutting windows in. Harry Weiss oversaw that renovation. He also saw this piece of property and said, you know, we knew better. Moving on, you'll see the North and Western. We have cash. Securities fraud and insider trading were perfectly legal in the 1920s and early 1930s. The Security and Exchange Commissioner that made these processes illegal, his name also Joseph Kennedy because it's the same man. What did we learn when the Kennedy estate sold this building for $625 million in 1996? Decent photo behind the boat, but there'll be better ones. The Merchandise Mart is 4.2 million square feet. If you prefer common sense, that's 1.5 million square meters. Industrial Art Deco, Marshall W. Fields financed it. Graham Anderson, Probst and White designed. Oh, the Diet Coke's hitting good. Yes, 2 cars have come off the side of Marina City Towers. One for a film with Steve McQueen called The Hunter. One for a commercial. Chicago has more moving bridges than any other city in the United States, or North America for that matter. Pittsburgh has more bridges. Chicago has more moving bridges. Quality, group of people. But you know what has been marketed to this group of people? Mid-century modernism. You know what that is, right? Yeah. This guy invented modernism. Less is more. See, there's horizontal lines and vertical lines. It's very simple, it's very elegant, it's very modern. 1971, Mies van der Rohe, the former IBM, it's the AMA Plaza. Mies van der Rohe immigrated from Germany in the 1930s, and he was a professor at the Illinois Institute of Technology. Do you want to guess one of his students? Bertrand Goldberg. Here is a very simple yes or no question. You see Bertrand Goldberg's building is curved.